Good morning, everyone. Back in the field today, doing a crank no start on an '03 Mazda Protege 5. Look at this yellow beauty here. Looks like it's not its first rodeo, right? As I could say. But the history, I just talked to the owner. He said the timing belt, he recently changed it, and it started up after the change and ran rough. And he checked the timing, he was a tooth off, so he redid it, tried to start it, and he said it just clicked. It wouldn't crank. So then, I don't know what test he did, but he ended up putting a new starter in it, and he said it worked for 3 days. It started up, ran fine, and now it's back to the click no start. So called me up, and we'll see what we can figure out here. And then the second job, I guess he owns multiple cars here. That green thing over there, what is that? Mini Cooper? Oh man, Euro. So he said that one, it runs fine, but the dash doesn't work. So we're doing two vehicles today, 2 in 1. So start with this Mazda. Hopefully it won't take too long. We'll move on to the Euros because you never know how long those take. Alright, let's see here. What do we got? It's an automatic, so it definitely has that shift interlock. 123,000 miles. Let's see. Nothing. Let's try neutral. Well, I think we found our problem. What kind of video is this? So, neutral, looks like it starts up fine. Let's see. Take a look at that timing belt, make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. Keep in mind the water pump, everything's the serpentine belts are off, so we can't run it for too long here. Alright, so try to start and park again. Nothing. Wiggle the shifter. Back to neutral. Starts up fine. Well, obviously it's running like crap because serpentine belt's off. Battery's disconnected. Or the alternator's not charging. Battery's obviously connected. So the only thing to do here, great direction, works in neutral, doesn't work in park. Check this park neutral safety switch, I guess, and go do the Euros. Well, even though we are 99% sure of the problem here, it's a park neutral safety switch. Just for the sake of a video, might as well show you something useful. Here's the diagram of the starting circuit. Very simple. Computer's not involved here. So here's the battery, there's our ignition switch, and then for the automatic, that's our park neutral safety switch. And then it goes right to the starter solenoid. So anyways, we're looking for a black and blue wire coming in, black and yellow coming out. So first let's put our voltmeter on the black and blue wire and see if the voltage rises when you turn the ignition switch to start. That'll verify that our ignition switch is good, and then we'll go to this black and yellow. So down here, there's our connector. See, there's the black and blue, and then on the other side, get you a good shot here. There's the black and yellow. Right, yeah, there you can see it on the other side of the connector. So let's back probe those, do a simple voltage check. So first check, black and blue. Got the voltmeter in the inside here. So when I turn the key to start, it's a little weird. Why is it flickering like that? Let's see. Let me check my ground connection. Alright, it's just a bad ground. Alright, key on. On the black and blue, we actually see 11.8 volts. A little unexpected. Let's go to neutral. Alright, it's about 0, 0.2. In park, 11.7. Interesting. We'll have to look at the wiring diagram again. Crank it. 11.8. Doesn't change much. In neutral though, we're at 0, and when we crank it, see, it went high, and the engine started. So, does that make sense? So looking at the wiring diagram again, note that there is a tie-in here to the PCM and to the cruise control module. So basically this switch doesn't only ground or lets the current pass through to the starter solenoid, it also grounds whatever is over here. So that's why we're seeing high voltage with just the key on. That switch is supposed to be closed, but it's not. So again, we're verifying the same problem. Let's jump over to the black and yellow wire and see what the readings are on that. Alright, on that black and yellow wire, obviously it should go high when we crank it, since we're going to feed the starter solenoid. So, key on, crank it, nothing. In neutral, so here's where scope would be nice. So we can do peak. Let's see here. P max. That's park, and then neutral. Says OL, so it didn't have enough time to shift the range, I guess. So I guess my meter didn't change the ranges fast enough to catch the maximum voltage there, but no sense in beating this car to death. Let's go to that Mini Cooper. That should be more interesting.